It's finally back. Welcome, everybody, to an extremely special ASMR Minecraft video. Last year, I was requested thousands of times to create an ASMR Minecraft sound pack where we changed hundreds of sounds in the game to ASMR triggers. This took such a long time for my team and I, as it required for us to record sounds, sample from our videos, and edit the sounds to make sure they worked. Minecraft has over 4,000 unique sounds in the game, and we added hundreds of sounds into the sound pack. But as you know, Minecraft has more than just the overworld. It actually has the Nether and the End dimension. And I'm so happy to say that we're back with version 2 of the Minecraft ASMR sound pack. You have no idea how long this took us to do. So, if you would like to play with this updated ASMR Minecraft sound pack, all you have to do is like the video. If we can get the video to around, 10,000 likes, we will release the sound pack for download for you guys to play for yourselves. I can't stress how tedious and how long this process took, but we're so happy with the outcome and feel like that this sound pack adds a relaxing element to the game that you might not be able to feel otherwise. So first, we need to go record some of those new sounds. Let's do it. Boom. Ow. Sound of fireworks. Before I show you the new sounds that we added, I'll first quickly give you a recap in terms of the sounds that exist. Firstly, here is the sound that doors make when they open and close. Listen carefully. Pretty cool, right? So that's just from my little water vaporizer gun. Moving on, this is what chests sound like when they open and close. Open. I'll see you later. Pretty iconic. Open. I'll see you later. So, you'll notice that as well, like last time, the sound of walking on different blocks even sounds different. And sprinting, jumping. And so all of these sounds were added into the game in the previous sound pack. To remind you, this is what it sounds like to plant crops. And then this is what it sounds like to break those crops. And even so, what I'll do here is I'll plant a couple of crops. We'll get some bone meal. And so all of these sounds have been changed into the game. So we go into survival mode. Even the sounds of picking up blocks sounds different. Listen carefully. So all of these sounds are things that we just wanted to touch up on in the new version of the sound pack, as, well, there are thousands of sounds in the game, and the sound of picking up things or breaking things has about 15 different variations. So all of these things were things we added in this new version of the sound pack, where we've added additional sounds to already existing ones that we did previously. So all of these sounds have been changed into the game just to make it that much more immersive. Next we have the sound of walking and breaking stone. Here we go. And sprinting. All of these sounds are unique. And even the sound of placing stone will sound different. So in our first version of the sound pack, we only really did about half of these sounds. In this second version, we have completed all of those sounds. Next is the sound of breaking grass. And placing grass. Again, many of Minecraft sounds have variations. In fact, stuff really gets complicated when we look into the really new stuff, which I'll get to shortly. Next we have the sound of gravel. As well as walking on gravel. So breaking gravel, placing gravel, running on gravel, walking on gravel, all of these sounds you never really think about, but there's about 4 different variations just for gravel alone for those different sounds. This is why, just from these sounds alone, it stacks up to hundreds of different sounds. Next we have the sound of breaking wood. And even placing blocks. So all of these different sounds, the sound of breaking wood, the sound of placing wood, the sound of running on wood. All of these sounds have been added, and we've just touched them up a little bit since our last sound pack. So next we have the sound of breaking sugarcane. As well as placing sugarcane. So all of these are just touching up things that we did in the previous sound pack. Next we have the sound of shearing animals. So what I'll just do here quickly is turn down the volume of friendly creatures. So I'll place this sheep over here. And even the sound of shears have been changed. Just like that. So we really we have one of my favorite sounds, which is the sound of lava. Here we go. So lava is unique. It has many different sounds, obviously. Pretty nice, right? So that's the sound of one of my fidget toy slugs. When you twist it around, it makes that clicky sort of noise. Pretty nice. So next up we have the sound of enchantment and the bottle of enchanting. So this is what bottle of enchanting sounds like, which I think sounds better, as it can be quite loud, the glass breaking. So you don't have to worry about that really loud noise. Even the sounds of enchantment hitting you sounds different as well. So all these things we've really touched up on. Next, what we have is enchanting different things. So place in lapis, for example. And that's the sound of enchanting something. So all of these things, you know, are things you're probably familiar with from the last sound pack. Next up, we have the sound of water interacting with lava, which is going to sound amazing. You'll like this one a lot. So it's that sort of extinguish sound, which I really love. That clicking you can hear, by the way, is from, I believe... No, never mind. Alright, so next up we have the sound of pressing buttons. Which sounds, just like last time, as well as the sound of walking on slime. We changed up a little bit. Same with the sound of walking on music blocks. And hitting music blocks have been changed as well. And then next we have the sound of hay bales. So that's been changed up as well. We just wanted to tidy up and go back over some of those sounds from the first sound pack just to really tidy them up, as well as placing them. Sounds pretty nice. Here is the sound of walking on iron chains. I really, really love these sounds. Right. Next, what we have are beacons. So that's the sound of walking on beacons, similar to stone, but the sound of breaking beacons sounds different. So there you go. This is another really fun sound. This is the sound of walking on pistons and pressure pads and pistons coming up, which is a lot. There you have it. So these are all sounds that we largely did in the first version of the sound pack. But since then, in this newer version, we've just gone back over, tidy some things up here and there, just really complete some of the sounds we were missing. But in general, a lot of the stuff that you just heard was stuff from the first version of the sound pack. So what's really changed since then? Well, a few things. First of all, what we've gone ahead and done is start introducing changing sounds of certain mobs. 3 sounds have been changed in particular. The first one being Endermen. We really wanted to focus on this sound pack on working on the Nether and the End dimension, because many of the sounds you just heard before are things you'd frequently hear in the overworld. So we really wanted to focus the new sounds on the Nether and the End. One of the things that we can all agree on, I hope, is that Endermen can be a bit loud and obnoxious, especially the screaming and, the sounds of Endermen dying and getting hit and all that stuff, and them getting angry. So we really wanted to completely change all of the sounds of Endermen. For context, over 2,000, more than 60% of all the sounds in Minecraft are in mob sounds. Sounds of, hostile mobs, passive mobs. And so there are over, I believe, 17 unique sounds that Endermen alone make. So you can kind of see why we didn't really want to touch on to changing the sounds of mobs in the previous sound pack, because it's already difficult enough doing all the blocks, but there are upwards of 4 times the number of unique sounds for mobs. So in this sound pack we changed completely all the sounds for Endermen. So here we go, we'll place it down right here. I'll set the difficulty to easy. And let's just plop down that egg. So I'll let you listen for a sec to the sounds that the Endermen make. All of these sounds have been changed. So I think it's actually quite funny. And a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. So yeah, 16, 17 different sounds that Endermen make. We changed all of them, which took a while, as you can tell. So obviously there's the sounds of Endermen being hit. Now here's also something important to look at, which would be the sound of Endermen getting upset. Uh-oh. So yeah, as you can see, all of the sounds of Endermen have been changed significantly. As you can clearly hear, this is why it took so long. So also the sound of Endermen dying have been changed, so we can hear that. Stop teleporting, chill. And there you go. So just that alone is what has made this project so much more difficult than the last one, is that we've changed the sounds of mobs. The next mob we have changed are creepers. Also, the reason why, by the way, we chose Endermen to change is because in the End dimension, well, what are the only mobs that are there? Endermen. So, hopefully, having tons of Endermen there, you'll hear a symphony of Endermen sort of making those mouth sounds, and you get to take out the Ender Dragon while getting a bit of tingles. So next we have creepers, which will sound like this. So there you go, as well as the sound of creepers getting angry, and the sound of the explosion. We didn't want to change the sound of the creeper about to explode, because that's really recognizable, and if anything, protects you from not dying in the game. So we didn't really want to change the sound up that much, as it's, a lot of people listen for that sound when they're in cave systems and stuff like that. So we decided to leave the sound of the creeper about to explode, the same as the original. The next sound that we changed was for TNT. So here is the sound of explosions. There are, I believe, 3 or 4 different explosion sounds, so this is what it sounds like. Something like that. I'll see if I can just quickly get the other variations of explosion sounds. There you go. So I believe there are 3 other sounds that we've changed for explosions, but yeah. So creepers, explosions, Endermen. The next thing we have changed as well since the last pack update is the sound of fireworks. Elytras flying is a really big part of Minecraft, so we wanted to change the sound of fireworks. Pretty cool, right? As well as many other things. So let's get into the sounds we have added in the end dimension. The first and biggest thing you'll immediately notice is we have changed the sounds of soul sand. So see if you can listen to the sound of soul sand. So it's sort of a squelchy, squirchy sort of sound. What I'll do actually here is I will show you it on the overworld without all of that ambience from the nether. So we've changed the sounds of soul sand. We've also changed the sounds of nether warts being mined. So that's been changed. We've also changed the sound of Netherrack being mined. As well as the sound of walking on Netherrack. This one I still need to work on a bit. It's the sound of Nether Bricks. It's a bit silly. Pretty funny, right? The next thing we changed is the sound of Glowstone. Which, actually, I'll show you this in the overworld here. Here we go. So nice, am I right? I think that's definitely one of my favorite sounds. We've also changed the sound of breaking nether gold and nether quartz. As well as the sound of nether quartz. And the last sound from the nether that we have also added is the sound of ghasts. So, everyone knows that ghasts are pretty loud, obnoxious, and frustrating to listen to. So, we've added and changed all of the sounds for ghasts. I believe there's over 13 different ghast sounds, so here you go. It's just me. So, also, obviously, the sound of the ghast being hit is different. So there you go. So there you have it. Those are all of the sounds that have been changed in the Nether. We wanted to keep the ambience of the Nether. We thought that still sounded really nice. And now for the final part. So the last thing we have changed in the game is the Ender Dragon. Everyone knows the Ender Dragon can be really loud, really obnoxious, really frustrating to listen to. So here is what the end sounds like with all those new Enderman sounds you heard. So really just a symphony of mouth sounds from the Enderman. Let's listen to the Enderman. So what I'll do here quickly is let's take out the Ender Dragon here. Even the sounds of the crystals exploding has been changed. So we'll take these out here. So all these sounds have been uniquely changed up for this video. So now the end does not sound, nearly as frustrating, I would say. Alright. So there we go. It's the sound of the Ender Dragon dying, as you can hear. We got rid of the really loud, obnoxious sound that it makes. You can hear it now. Get all the enchantment pellets. So you can hear all of the Endermen. And so there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this new ASMR sound pack update. If you are able to like the video, we'll be sure to release it to you all. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.